Hi, I'm Nehemiah Ramirez, and this is another video response assignment for my theater 251 class, World History. So this week's film is Bunraku, which was filmed in 2010. And I'm just gonna get right into the questions. Number one, this is not a critically acclaimed film. Instead, this is a film which attempts to be a little too artistic for its own good, according to critics. What's your general response to the film? Enjoy it, hate it, frustrated by it, why? So my response is that, first I didn't know what to think of this film, and through the middle my feelings were mixed, but by the end I decided that out of the films that we watched, this is my absolute least favorite. This film frustrated me so much because it attempted to look like a comic book rather than develop its characters. Our main protagonist, he's a virtual unknown throughout this film. We know nothing about his background, we don't know his name, and we don't really know his motivation for killing Nicola, although I suppose it's suggested at the end of the film that it's because Nicola killed his father. In addition to getting very little character development, in addition to that, there's very little character development. Nicola himself shows no remorse or regret about killing as many people as he did. His only regret is that everyone wants to kill him now and remove him from the top of the pyramid. Yoshi is only fully developed character in the film because we know why he wants to kill Nicola. It's for the medallion, and the death of his uncle causes him to reconsider his place and kind of have a bit of a crisis. So this film is a mashup of theater styles. Bunraku puppetry serves as inspiration, film noir, samurai traditions, American westerns, all of this thrown together. Where do you find connections to the world of theater developments? We've been looking at how does this borrow from storytelling techniques, puppetry, combat, etc. Does that make the film more interesting or something else for you? My response. It's pretty obvious from the get-go and the beginning of this film that Bunraku puppetry and kabuki theater definitely play a big role in the film and are one of its key influencers. Bunraku puppetry can be seen right away as an influencer in the very first scene with the dinosaurs. It's pretty obvious. You get these couple of seconds where you see men in black suits, obviously the puppeteers, which is meant to drive home the idea that this is definitely Bunraku puppetry. And this film shows homage to kabuki theater stage fights, or tachimawari. Hope I haven't butchered that. Where multiple people challenge someone to fight. Specifically in hand-to-hand combat. Or with swords, so perfectly seen throughout this entire film. I also thought that the film's quick transitions mimicked the quick transitions through trapdoors and such that are seen in the kabuki theater. I think that borrowing from that aspect of the theater gave this film a bit of a faster pace than I would usually have, but I think employing the stage fighting technique just kind of turned it into a cliche and made it predictable and a little boring because it's kind of expected of any film nowadays, really, any Western or especially any Asian influenced film as well. So, question number 3. This week has been about cultural appropriation, and you've been asked to think about where you've seen that happen. This film has appropriation and then mashes things together to develop a unique style/narrative. Is it effective? Is it offensive in any way? Can this film be used to support cultural appropriation? Or is it something completely different because of the nature of the film/story/style? Think about how much we're seeing mashups in film and television. And what does that mean for perceptions of unique culture as opposed to an idea of culture, which is all about appropriation? Where do you stand? I think this film is effective in its use of appropriation because it's almost seamlessly able to blend the Western outlaw and samurai warrior effectively. I don't think this film is offensive at all. I think it gives credit to the Japanese culture it borrows from directly in its title. Bunraku is pretty obviously a Japanese style. It employed Japanese people to be have main roles in this film, such as most notably Yoshi, his family, and some of the killers as well. It didn't stereotype Japanese people, and it didn't make them seem less human, which I'm not sure I'd call this film cultural appropriation though, because I feel like this film is borrowing and not just taking from a culture. And I think calling this film appropriation suggests that it was disrespectful to Japanese culture in some way. But I'm not sure I'd call it appreciation either. Simply because it's the same thing that they're borrowing, but it's not really clear that they're appreciating it. Right? It's just they're employing the techniques. I think this film does show, however, how fluid culture can be. Alright, that's it. Thank you.